Good morning, everybody. Captain Kirk back with you up here at Hanging Rock again. This time we're going up to the lookout tower. Going to climb the steps up for some reason. We'll get a good look at that. There's the sign about what trails head out from here, how they're marked, and we're also right down here at the swimming area shelter. Got a big shelter area. You can sit and overlook the lake. During the summertime, I think it's Memorial Day to Labor Day, from about 10 to 5. I think 5 days a week they're open. About $5 or so to swim. I'll give you a little look down here. They rent canoes. Got a couple paddle boards and maybe a kayak. Beach area. Lifeguards always on duty. So good place to come in the summertime. Good cold water. I'm gonna hop on the trail here and get back with you shortly. Just kind of getting going here. Just show you a little bit of the trail. This is the main creek that feeds into the lake there, swimming area. Coming up on the intersection up here for Moore's Wall Loop, and going over to Cook's Wall and Torrey's Den, and that's the little cutoff trail that goes around the lake. It's cloudy this morning. Actually, the top of the Moore's Wall was in the clouds when I left down there at the swimming area, so maybe some of that will burn off. But if not, that's all right. Moore's Wall Loop's 4.1 mile loop. It's 3.9 miles over to Torrey's Den, and Cook's Wall's, the actual trail, is 2.1 miles. And we're gonna head up the hill. We'll go up this way, cuts through the campground. It drops down to another creek, and then from there it's the rock steps, pretty much all the way to the top. So we'll get moving. From down at the creek up into the camping area. We're going to cut through here and then right down. But just wanted to show you a little bit about what it looked like. A lot of people moving around this morning, so I don't film but too much of this. Just give you a little circle. This is the main intersection. There's 2 loops that the campsites are on. And if you go online, you book a room, I think it's $27 or $28, and then there's a little fee, which makes it $30 total for a campsite for the night. When you do that, they'll put your parking passes will be hanging on this board when you get here. Just stop, pick up your parking pass, and hang it in your vehicle. Head on to your campsite. Got a little information about the camping. Actually got a telephone for emergencies. And at this intersection, there's a host camper there. And if you are here and need some kind of help, need some firewood, just some information, that's who you go at. So the walk trail just cuts through here, and a little amphitheater set up. We're gonna go behind in just a second. Probably show you that. Mountains to the Sea Trail, and we're 1.5 miles to the tower. It's just all up. I don't know much about the climbing, but if you go this way, you have to drop your registration for climbing in that little box, I assume. But I do see people coming up here with the gear to climb. I just hadn't seen climbing. I don't know anything about how that works. So take a few little side steps here and show you going down that way. But this is like a little amphitheater setup. Never seen anybody using it, but I guess it can be rented, maybe, for an event. Music, wedding, I'm not real sure. But rows of pews. Yep, pretty much it. Buried right here in the down in the campground. And actually, as I look up further up the hill, yep, see it. It's right off of the intersection where you pull in and pick up your parking pass for your campsite. Well, pretty neat little spot. Found our last little creek crossing here before we start to climb up. Pretty little spot. Rock hop across here. May try to do this. Whoop, holding the camera. Yep. See if I can ease across here without falling in. Hop down from. Yep. Big slab of rock. And talk about the steps going up to the tower when you go counterclockwise on the trail. This is what that looks like. They are cut and laid all the way up. And it seems like it's never ending. So here's your little peek of it. Tend to try to go around a lot of them. They're difficult because they're all different heights and different amount of steps in between. This is not like going up and down your steps in your home. So I'm gonna work on knocking some of these out and I'll be back here in a little bit. This is where I've been climbing up from, and that is where we're going. I'm about 2/3 of the way to the tower, but I'm probably halfway up the actual hill climb from that creek, straight up the steps here. Just taking my time today and not wanting to, well, wanting to actually go to all 5 peaks. We'll see how it goes. It is pretty humid. Temperatures are great though. I think it's in the maybe mid to high 60s right now. So just really humid. Let me knock out some more of the steps, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. Got a little view right here. Stop for a second. Don't know how well you can see, but top of the mountain's still in the clouds. So it's got a lot clearing off to do. But I don't know what it'll be when we get up there, but pretty neat to see where we're headed out of sight. Circles the Moore Wall loop up to the lookout tower. White circles Mountains to Sea Trail. Came up from down here and still climbing. Yep. I know I keep showing you videos of the stairs, but I have to keep stopping Not a whole lot, but every once in a while, just take just a quick little break. It is this is a difficult climb, but we're getting near the top, and if you ever come and do it, you'll be a little bit prepared for what you're headed into. Coming down, to me sometimes, is just as hard because the down is hard on my legs. So, not too sure that the climbing sometimes isn't easier, but get some of this knocked out. The camera will pick it up, but we are touching the bottom of the clouds. It's like the trees just got us sheltered a little bit from that, but when you look right here, the little treetops are in the clouds. So we're almost there. We're up in the cloud. Came from straight down that way. That little sign, when we come back down, we're going to take a right and finish the loop. That's the direction it goes. I'm going to stop on a side trail that's just around the corner here and show you the balance rock. Yeah, that's it. Get up here a little bit more, you can see there's some big drop offs off the face here. Trying to get, I don't know if you can see or not, but what looks like might be touching in that dark area isn't. It's just a little small spot holding this great big rock up. Yeah, pretty neat. Wouldn't want to be under it in a bad storm. Yep. That is the balance rock. Last little bit of the climb, pretty much on this rock face. And you can see visibility is about maybe 100 yards. All right. Yeah. That's usually a really nice view, but not today. I hear some folks talking somewhere. There is the marker for this location, and let me take my pack off and hop up on top. So far, you can see the steps going up. But like I say, up in the cloud. Y'all can pause the video if you want to see the views to the north, views to the west. Pilot Mountain, Mount Mitchell. I did not realize Grandfather Mountain is in that direction. South, we've got Winston-Salem, Uwharrie. To the east is actual Hanging Rock here in the park. Blues Lake, Greensboro. Alright, that's pretty much it for the tower. So, we'll keep moving. There's my pack down there. I hear some folks jumped a long way around the trail, so I'm gonna stop videoing. Still heading counterclockwise on the Moore Trail. Just gonna give y'all a little look. When you come down from the tower, and you got I don't know how long it is, but it's a ridge walk for a pretty good little ways. I just want to show what some of that trail up here on the ridge looks like. You know, it sort of drops off over here, and it's just a narrow little peak. It drops off over there too, but got a few little ups and downs, pretty flat, real rocky, and you can move on pretty decent. It's a good little cruise across the top. So just want to show y'all a little bit about it. Anywhere these rocks are at, they're real slick, so be careful if you're footing on some of those big slabs. Headed down, that's where I come from. That's what the trail looks like for a whole lot of the way down off of that ridge. And then this is it going forward. It's going to start leveling out down here in just a little bit. It'll run into the trail that come in from the Torrid Den down here shortly. And then we'll end up back down at the creek that feeds the lake. And it's about a mile walk from there back to the parking lot. Was planning on going around on up to Cook's Wall and getting a whole lot in today. Feel good. Cardio's great. Temperature's great. A little bit humid. That's fine. But so get older here, I have learned to be smart about things. And I've got a little twinge on the inside of my right knee. And I could keep going. Probably pay for it in the end. But I think I'm going to just make the loop and back to the parking lot. That'll get me about probably going to be 5 to 6 miles today, which is pretty good. It's going to be about 1,000 feet of elevation. And that's enough. I'll go home, rest this up a little bit. That way I don't make bad decisions with it. It's happened before. Just take a little time to get it back not twinging anymore. So I'll show you some more of the trail here as we go. So we're not done yet for today. All right, so we made it to the next intersection, which is Cook's Wall would be that way. Go right there about 50 yards across the creek, and then it's just a climb to the top of that ridge. Campground's only 0.8, and the parking lot is 0.9. So we're going to take it back in here. Wouldn't be much views today anyway. The sun is starting to burn some of the clouds off, but it's probably going to be on after lunch before it's worth looking at. So walkway's missing some boards back there. It's about time for a little maintenance. They even do a little baptizing here. All right, that's going to finish up today. Got 5.5 miles on the dot and about 1,050 foot of elevation gain today. Pretty good little morning hike. Still pretty cloudy. By lunchtime or so, that's going to burn off and going to be really nice. Some good views later on today. I just like to get my hiking done early, and that way I don't tie up the whole day. But that's the lookout tower with no view. Thanks for watching.